everybody. I just wanted to share this next clip with you guys. I think it's pretty neat. It's something that the Lord's been doing a lot lately, which it's just, to me, it's like a kiss from heaven. It's like a God wink, like a moment when God just kind of from heaven looks down on you and kind of just gives you that wink that you know that he's acknowledging something about what you're going through, or he's just confirming something about the path that you're on. I call them God winks. I've heard that phrase used and I happen to love it. So I consider what I'm about to share with you a God wink. We see throughout the course of history, all through the Word, that there have been things that God has done that people either didn't agree with or that people argued about, debated about, but it doesn't change the fact that it was God. Now I want to share two scriptures with you before I go any further, okay? The first is Exodus chapter 34, verse 10. It says this: "Then he said," meaning God, "I am cutting a covenant. Before all your people I will do wonders, such as have not been done in all the earth or in any nation. All the people you are among will see the work of the Lord, for what I'm going to do with you will be awesome. Marvels that have never been seen yet in the earth." Are we willing to let God do things that he hasn't done before? Or are we going to confine him and say, "No, God, no, don't do that. You can only do it this way because you've always done it this way and you always have to do it this way. Otherwise, we won't accept that it's you." We can't do that with God. We have to let God be God. In fact, we don't even have to let him. He just is God. So it's not our place to tell God what he can and can't do. Now, absolutely, we have to look at the Word and see, does it line up with God's nature, with his purposes, with his character? If it's something that we've not seen him do on a big scale before, is it something that lines up with his character and his nature and his purposes? That, to me, is the ultimate litmus test when there's something that people are saying is God, that we don't have a direct, specific example in the Bible to go to, okay? Next scripture is Isaiah 60, verse 1 and 2. "Arise, shine, for your light has come. The glory of the Lord has risen upon you. For behold, darkness covers the earth, and deep darkness the people. But the Lord will arise upon you, and his glory will appear over you." So, you might say, well, what are you talking about? What are you going to share? Well, the clip I'm about to play is one of these manifestations that I have experienced a bunch of, especially over the last 2 years in particular, since giving my whole life to Jesus. And it's a fun one, and I think you'll enjoy it. So I have these two travel mugs that I will take with me to work or wherever I'm going. And without getting into detail, because I'm not trying to put anyone on the spot, but they happen to be Christian mugs, which I just think is kind of ironic. But these mugs, they come apart, so you can screw the top off and clean the lid and clean the bottle and all that. And at the top of the lid, there's a little slide, so you can close it and open it to drink from it. Well, one day I was at work and I'm looking, and it looked like there was glitter on my cup, on the slide part. So I went to go, I looked at it, and it looked like it could have been part of the grain of the plastic. And so I went to go touch it, and it came off on my finger like makeup. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. What's that from? But I had a feeling it was God, because up to this point, I've experienced that type of substance. I call it glory dust. Some people call it gold dust. This is that. It's just that it happened to be a rainbow colors. It wasn't just gold in color. So I had a feeling it was God, but I wasn't sure. I've experienced this rainbow glory dust on my clothing, on some different stuff. So I've had it on my hands before. I've had it on my clothing. My mom's had it on her face and on her hands. So it's a beautiful substance that the Lord, I believe, does it as an expression of our preciousness to Him, that we're His creation, we're His shining glory. We are, and we are the bride of Christ. And the Bible talks a lot about adorning the bride, and don't forget, we are the temple of the Holy Spirit. We're God's new temple. He dwells in us. And when you look in the Old Testament, you see how beautifully the temple was adorned with gold and these precious substances. So would it really be that surprising that us being the new temple, that beautiful, precious substances might pop out of our skin, So anyway, I know this is a stretch for some people, but it is what it is. So anyway, I just thought this was really cool because for the last month or so, this glory dust has been appearing and reproducing on the mouthpiece of this mug, actually 2 of the mugs, but one, it just is really, really heavy on it. So I just think it's really cool because it's been reproducing just about every day. And I'll go to work and I'll drink from it and I'll wipe it off. It comes all over my fingers. I just think it's really cool. So I'm going to show you a clip I took just now after it was washed. My mother actually was doing the dishes and she washed it extra thoroughly. And right after it came out of the drying rack, I picked it up and I looked at it, and sure enough, there it was. Fresh glory dust right on the edge of the mouthpiece. And it's like a kiss from heaven. That's how I look at it. It's like God saying, you're so precious to me. I love you. Here's some heavenly substance there. Just take it as a wink from me. So that's how I look at it. I don't worship this thing. I don't worship signs and wonders. I worship Him. But I believe He loves this relationship that He has with us. And He loves to recognize our relationship with a precious little wink, a precious little kiss like this. So check it out. I just think it's cool. See what you think.
I say it's all over the place.
It's
colors.
More than usual.
And it's all colors.
It's rainbow colors, yeah.
Yeah.
It's more than I think ever that I've seen on the cup, though.
Wow.
This is amazing.